project was on Cuba, and I will tell you guys a little bit of information about this country. Cuba has more than 4,000 islands, and its history began with the arrival of Christopher Columbus in 1492. As a result, the Spanish and native cultures mixed, and is now the modern Cuba we know. With 11 million people, Cuba is the 77th largest country in the world by population. Its capital and largest city is Havana. Cuba has many different habitats, from mountain, forest, jungles, and even small deserts. The bee hummingbird lives in Cuba, which is the world's smallest bird. History began in 1492 when Christopher Columbus arrived in Cuba and took control of it for Spain. In 1898, the U.S. helped Cuba gain independence from Spain during the Spanish-American War. And in 1903, the new Republic of Cuba is born. In 1952, President Fulgencio Batista takes control over the island. And in 1953, Fidel Castro and a few other Cubans form a rebellion against the regime. In 1962, the U.S. discovers that the Soviet Union is building missiles inside of Cuba. In 1980, Fidel Castro allows anyone who wants to leave Cuba to be freely departed from the country. Approximately 124,000 Cubans enter the United States. In 2002, U.S. President Jimmy Carter visits Cuba, the first president to visit since 1928. In 2008, Fidel Castro announces that he will resign as president and give full power to his brother Raul. In 2015, President Barack Obama establishes a relationship between the U.S. and Cuba, the first time they have done so in more than 50 years. And in 2016, Fidel Castro passes away. Some current events that are happening in Cuba is, since Cuba was an isolated country, most of the technology and automobiles of Cuba were stuck in a time zone, and mostly everything in the country is from the 1950s. And now that Fidel is no longer in power, people are looking at Raul Castro and how he will be different than Fidel in trying to make peace in Cuba with other foreign nations. And that is it.